What is up, guys? James here from the Light of Riga YouTube channel, and in this video we're going to be doing a reading for all my Sagittarius Sun sign friends. If you were born between the dates of November 22nd and December 21st, then you are a Sagittarius Sun sign, and this reading is for you. Today we're going to be doing a look at the month ahead for the month of July for all my Sagittarius Sun signs. And this spread is going to tell us about the past, present, and future energies that you're carrying with you, as well as what you can hold on to and let go of in the month ahead for the month of July, as well as what kind of obstacles and lessons are going to be put in your path in the upcoming month. So it's going to be a very eye-opening experience, I hope. We're going to be using the Super 8-Bit Tarot. This is a video game themed deck. It's pretty lighthearted. It's very innocent, and it takes us back to the time of the 80s, but at the same time it doesn't hold punches. It's going to hit us with the raw truth, so I'm looking forward to that. So now please give me a moment to collect myself and ask the tarot cards a question. What can Sagittarius Sun signs expect in the month of July? Okay, and then we'll cut the deck. And deal them out. Alright, and while we're at it, we're going to go towards the Nature's Whispers Oracle deck, and we're going to ask this deck the question, what message it has for all my Sagittarius Sun sign friends for the month of July. Just an overall message to keep in mind as you progress through this month. Alright, and we'll save that card for the end. Alright, let's see what we got here. We've got a couple major arcana. They're in the no-no positions, so we'll see what that means when we get to them. But yeah, overall, I'm getting a lot of court cards too. Okay, interesting. Anyway, let's take a look at these cards individually and see what they have to tell us. The first card we're going to look at here is the Knight of Wands, and this is in the past energies of the last month position. What are the energies of last month, the month of June? Knight of Wands. This card is telling me that many Sagittarians were pretty active in the month of June, and active in the way of like physical activity. You guys were getting out there, you guys were doing things, you guys were, following your intuition and doing so in a way that precipitated some forward movement. Although I get the sense it wasn't all peaches and cream. Okay, maybe some of you were moving backwards. I get the sense that maybe when you don't make decisions based on a well-rounded foundation, then you kind of will make mistakes. So I'm getting the sense that it wasn't all perfect action. I get the sense that mistakes were made in the month of June, mainly because you were just kind of charging into battle. That's what I think of when I think of the Knight of Wands. I think of someone who just does stuff. They don't really consult their ego. They don't consult their emotions. They just kind of do stuff on impulse a little bit, and maybe that was a little bit detrimental to you in the month of June. But I also get some positivity from this card. Of course, getting that, putting stuff into motion is going to help you. And I get the feeling that it was a mixed bag in the month of June. And some good things, some bad things that came as a result of you putting in that action and that work towards getting what you want. Moving into this card here, this represents the present energy, the energy of right now. We've got the Seven of Swords. I get the feeling that some of you are being dishonest right now, and this could mean dishonesty with other people, it could mean dishonesty with yourself, but there's a little bit of shadow. I get the sense that there's some I hate to use the word dishonest because that seems intentional almost. It's not necessarily intentional. There's either a refusal to express the whole truth, a refusal to look at the whole truth, And this comes from the ego. This is the sourced from the mind, and the mind is kind of, you know, when you think of an ego battle, you think of deception, you think of obfuscation, you think of just trying to hide some things to make you look good. And I'm getting the feeling that there might be some of that going on right now with you Sagittarians. And, you know, this is not to be negative or anything, but it's just to say that, you know, there might be some aspects of your life that you should look at right now where you might not be, you're not being 100% truthful with either yourself or with others. So yeah, right now I'm getting the sense of a little bit of deception on your part, and maybe this could even mean that you're being deceived. For some of you, that could be what this means, is you're allowing yourself to be deceived either by other people or by yourself. So I don't know, how does it apply to you, if in any way? Remember, this is an overall reading and it's not going to apply to everybody, but if it applies to you, take what you will. This card here represents the energies of next month. For the month of July, we've got the Queen of Cups, and I'm getting the feeling that you're going to start to come out of that deceptive phase and move towards more of an emotionally balanced phase where you're, I don't know, you may have felt like you were hurt right now, or you hurt somebody and you're kind of feeling bad about it. So you're going to move towards more of a Queen of Wands energy where you're more perceptive of other people's emotions and more perceptive of other people's emotions to the point where you kind of empathize with other people a little bit more, and you kind of feel you know, I get the feeling that you're feeling the effects of the deception, and you're trying to compensate by being more emotionally fulfilled, emotionally available for people in your life. And so I think that's a great thing. I think that's beautiful. And not a lot of movement going on, but definitely I get the feeling of more emotion injecting into your life in the month of July to sort of compensate for whatever's happening now that's kind of putting you on edge as a result of some sort of deception, some sort of obfuscation. I don't know. I don't know why I can't say that word right now. Usually I say that word fine. Anyway, this card here represents what you should hold on to for the month of July. We've got the Page of Cups. Yes, in the month of July, this card is letting me know that you should hold on to... How can I word this? You think of the Page of Cups, I think of a person who kind of wears their emotions on their sleeve, and they're kind of more emotionally based, and maybe they're not completely there emotionally. You know, they're gonna fly off the handle sometimes, they're gonna act out emotionally, they're not completely mature and in charge of their emotions. But this card is saying that you should embrace that. Allow emotion to take a larger part in your life, or a larger role in your life. Yes, maybe it might get you into some trouble sometimes when you express yourself, but this card is saying that you need to feel more emotion. You should put your emotions out there for other people to see a little bit more. Even if there are some negative consequences, that's okay, as long as you're living your life from a more emotionally based perspective. This is what this card is telling me right now. So this card is saying, yes, inject some emotion into your life. Don't be afraid to express your emotions to others, even if there are some negative aspects to it, which, I mean, I'm probably sure that there will be. But, you know, don't worry about that so much, because you need to have a more balanced lifestyle and kind of make up for whatever deception is happening around your life at this time. This card here represents the biggest hurdles you're likely to experience in the month of July. And we have the High Priestess, a major arcana card. Yes, I get the feeling that the major hurdle is going to be being honest with yourself. You know, whatever this card is, I'm getting the sense that there's a lot of shadow things here going on here, and the obstacle that you're going to have for the month of July is being real about those shadow things. Being real about the deception that's inside of you, whether you're causing deceit, or you're experiencing deceit, or you're deceiving yourself. This card is saying that the biggest hurdle that you're going to feel this month is being honest about those things, going inward and truly evaluating yourself from an objective position rather than a subjective ego mind position, but truly feeling what's going on inside you, so that you understand what this nature of this deception is, and you can understand better where you're going and where you've come from, because going inward is something that's very valuable, and it's going to cause some problems for you this month if you don't do that in a well-balanced way. So yes, I'm getting the feeling that this month is going to be a month for introspection a little bit, but you're going to have trouble with it, and that's okay. You know, it's not supposed to be easy. Fighting your shadow side, I shouldn't use the word fight. Understanding your shadow side is not supposed to be easy, and I don't think it will be easy this month, but it is something that you can work on, and you may be able to learn from it. This card here represents what you should let go of in the month of July. We've got the Hermit. This card is telling me that you shouldn't sequester yourself off. You shouldn't go hide. I think there's a fine balance here. You know, you're gonna have trouble, going inward. But this card is saying that you shouldn't go too far inward, right? This card is saying that you shouldn't recoil. Maybe whatever this deception is that's happening now, maybe it's going to cause you to kind of go into hiding a little bit, or it's kind of withdraw from people or from society or from your family. And whatever that is maybe the instinct that you might have is to just slink away into the darkness for a little while. This card is suggesting that you should not do that. You shouldn't punish yourself for being deceived or for having deceived someone. You shouldn't punish yourself, because that's not going to help anybody, and you're just allowing negativity to take over your life, and that's not helping you or anyone else. So this card is asking you to not go into a hole, not sequester yourself off, not shut yourself off from the world around you because you might be feeling bad about something. Okay, this is saying that you can deal with your problems, and you should go internally with them, but you shouldn't go all the way in and just go into that dark night of the soul aspect where you don't go into your little hovel and you don't come out, okay? So that's what that card is saying. This card here represents the energy of the people around you in the month of July. We've got the Hive of Swords. Oh, man, this is a crazy month, my friends, my Sagittarian friends. This card is saying that there's going to be some ego battles, okay? We're going to see some conflict in the month of July with the people around you. Now, remember, this is an overall general arcing energy for all the people in your life. Not every single person is going to be combative with you, but overall, for the most part, I'm getting the sense that a lot of you are going to have to deal with some adversity when it comes to the people in your life. It's going to be ego battles. You know what I mean when I say ego battles, right? I'm right, you're wrong. No, you're right, wrong, I'm right. And then you argue about it and try to prove each other right or wrong. Guess who wins in the end of that? Nobody. So, if you feel that coming on, if you feel those arguments popping up more and more frequently this month, just take a chill pill, relax. Don't completely sequester yourself, like I said 3 times, but kind of remove those people from your situation if at all possible, or really catch it within yourself and figure out why. It takes 2 to tango. Just because someone's arguing with me doesn't mean it's with you. Just because someone's arguing with you doesn't mean that they're to blame. They are half to blame. Okay? You're allowing this to take place. So, figure out what's the problem with them, but also figure out what the problem is with you and why you're allowing this argument to take place. So definitely watch out for that. You don't want to succumb to that this month because it's going to be damaging. So yes, if you do feel that happening, remove yourself from the situation. Ask yourself why you allowed this to happen into your life, and then forgive the other person because, they're just as guilty as you are. Alright, this last card here represents the biggest lesson you're likely to learn in the month of July, and we have the 8 of Cups. Ooh la la. This card is the lesson you're going to learn is that if there's something that you don't like, if there's something that's causing negative emotions inside of you, don't be afraid to just turn your back and search out something better. Search out something that's not going to make you feel negative emotions, negative feelings, okay? So many of us, we get attached in this life. We think that we owe people something, and so we get attached to them. But this card is saying the lesson that you're going to have to learn in July is that if something, no matter how close they are to you or how important you feel it is in your life, if something is causing you negative emotions, you need to leave it behind. This could be temporary, this could be forever, it could be somewhere in the middle, but you have to just be willing to turn your back on it, because all that really matters in this life is your emotions and how you're feeling. You can't help other people if you're feeling negatively. You're just going to pass on more negative energy. So if you want to help people, you have to heal yourself first and make sure you're feeling good, you're feeling happy, you're feeling like you're in a position to help people. Then you can help people, but you can't do that if they're bringing you down. Okay? So now that we've seen the whole spread, let's take a look at this reading as a whole. June was an active month, a lot of things happening, you guys putting in energy, but I get the feeling that whatever happened in June, whatever you did in June, caused maybe put the seed, planted the seeds of some negative deception to occur. And like I said before, this could have been you being deceived or you deceiving someone else, but I get the sense that there's some manipulation or some sort of this could even literally mean a theft. If some of you have experienced theft, maybe of possessions or emotions, some sort of theft or deception that's happened recently or now or is about to happen in the next few days. That's what the dark cloud of energy is saying right now. And I don't know if you caused this, or obviously you caused it by your actions, but this is something that's going to teach you something very valuable as we move into the next month of July, when you're going to say, oh, I didn't like those energies that I felt a few weeks ago. Let's move towards a more emotional state. Let's be softer around the edges. Let's be more loving and compassionate and creative and expressive with our emotions, which is what this card is asking you to do. Be more expressive with your emotions. Don't worry so much about the consequences of doing so. Yes, you might hurt someone's feelings, but you can't be afraid to express your own feelings. That's just something you have to do. There's no excuse not to express your own feelings. It doesn't matter who you hurt. You can't change who you are just because it might offend somebody else. That's not healthy. Okay, this card is asking you to express yourself no matter what the consequences. The trouble you're going to have this month is understanding your true motivations, going inside and really seeing and being honest with yourself about what's going on inside of you and what's causing some of the friction that you're experiencing. So yes, it's going to be a challenge to go in there, but if you meditate now, it's going to be more important than ever this month, the month of July, to really meditate and spend some time doing shadow work and trying to understand your shadow aspects a little bit better so that they don't pop up so often in your life. What you shouldn't do is go into your dark corner just because you feel bad about something. Don't hide. It doesn't help you. You're gonna have to see the light. You're gonna have to come out and see the light, and really, you can't hide from your problems. The more you stuff them down, the more they're gonna grow secretly and then explode out of you one day in a horrible way. So yeah, you don't want to stuff that stuff down. You want to really examine it and learn from it, and then you can change it. You can work on it. So yeah, this card is asking you not to shy away from your problems. Don't go into hiding. Be brave and face what you need to face with a courageous heart. The people around you might be causing a little bit of struggle, a little bit of ego battling. They're not going to be totally on your wavelength, and you're going to butt heads with some people this month, and that's okay. It's bound to happen. Just realize that it's 50% is your fault, and 50% is their fault. But I mean, you just need to work on yourself. That's all you can really control. You can't control the other person, but it is important that if you find this happening, that you remove yourself from the situation and ask yourself, why is this happening? Why am I getting in fights right now? And realize that it's half your fault. And then the major lesson you're likely to learn this month is that, guys, it's okay to look out for numero uno. You're the number one guy, okay, or girl, and so it's okay to just turn your back on things that no longer serve you. And like I said, it could be for 2 minutes, it could be for 2 years, or it doesn't matter. However long you feel is necessary for you to raise your vibration, regain your energy, and face the problem with a more love-filled heart, and that'll help you solve any problem. If you approach any problem with from the position of love, then no problem can ever stand in your way, ever. All right, so before we go, we'll take a look at the message that the Nature's Whispers Oracle had for you guys by Sagittarian friends this month of July, and it is make a wish. Oh, beautiful. Love this deck. To me, this card is saying that you need to have some sort of direction. Not that you don't have direction, but what is your dream? Do you have a goal that you're working towards and that you can see that path laid out clearly before you? This card is saying that in the month of July, maybe it's time to really work on that dream and really see that dream in your mind. And, don't hold back. Don't allow society to minimize what you think is possible. Dream as big as you can possibly dream and know it will be true. It will come true. And if you maintain that vibration and that energy, then it will come true. And it's just a matter of time. And but you can't get there if you don't set that intention. If you got to set that intention, you got to make that wish in order for that dream to come true. Okay, guys? I hope you got something out of that. Remember, if you want a personalized reading from me, you can head on over to my Etsy shop. The link is in the card. I got all sorts of spreads that you can choose from over there, including this specific one, where I tap into your specific energies and do a reading just for you. So I appreciate you guys go checking that out. Also, if you like this video, please consider giving it a like. It lets me know that I'm doing something right. And if you have any questions or anything to say about it, please put a comment in the comment section below. I'd love to hear from you and hear what you got to say about things. And if you really like this video, please consider subscribing to stay up to date on all these videos, which I release regularly. Alright guys, I really appreciate you tuning in. I want to say thank you for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed this. Happy taroting. Peace.